Well, welcome back everybody in YouTube land. Look what we got to work on today. This is a 2018, let me back up here, Wildcat XX1000. This is one big thing. Look at this. There's a dash and all that. And I got the tires. I got the seats out of here. Because we have a problem with this engine. Let me bring over here and show you. See that? Yeah. Bad news bears there, right? Yep, we have locked up through the rod, got a hole in the block. So I am needed to take this out. Now I got a lot of stuff out of here. Right here's the intake, but it just sits on there. And I looked on the internet. I didn't see nobody had, maybe I'm wrong, but I seen one guy that was taking the motor out of one of these, but he took every single thing out of the back of here. And all the tires off, the axle, everything. I'm like, holy cow. I don't think we need to do that. So what my plan is, I was going to push that over the side. We got to drain this thing. We'll back it out, drain it. We're pulling this thing up right out of here. And if you see my other channel, you see I got that lift that I use for pulling out engines. And that's what we're going to use on this. We're going to pull this thing out. Now, I read in the forums that one of them even said that, hey, you could almost get in there and just pick this thing up. Which I might have to do. You know, you just put your one foot over here, one here. You pick this thing up and you set it right here. You know, once it's loose. And that might be an option. I might even try that first. Of course, I'll get it on camera if I do try it, and if something really goes crazy, we'll have it. So we'll see. But we're going to try that. We might even try that and see. It looks like it's might be able to do that. I've done that before with the V-twins, but we're going to find out. But I'm going to bring you along here. I'll get you up in the tripod, and I got a few things. Let me get you in here. Let me look at this so you can see this end of it a little better. So if you're doing this, only thing I see that's holding this thing on is the bolts of this bar. This bar looks like it's holding two bolts there, 2 bolts over there. I gotta still drain the system, so I might back that out and drain it because I don't like having all that radiator fluid. Let's go down underneath here. Where else can... Oh, I think it's right back here. Let's see. Yeah, there's a mount right there. You see it right there? Sneaking in right there. I have to move this out of the way. Need them out there, and I think that's it. We'll check on the other side. Yep, there's one over here. See that right there. And here's what's crazy about this thing. You see it looks brand new? That is because it is. These people here is what manufactures, see? New flow, remanufactured engines. And it's got a thrown rod. Who knows? So, you know, you don't know. Was it their fault? Or did it run out of oil? Did it put oil? I don't know what, you know, we don't know. But, you know, the guy, he was like, he just put hardly no first ride, and it does this. So, I don't know. Did they not put enough oil? They mess up. Who, you know, we probably never know. But when we get into the engine, I'll bring you along and let's see if we can figure out what happened. What happened? Probably not, but hey, we'll play detective. So, all right, well, I got to get going. I want to get this thing out of here because I got to know what parts to get and how much this is going to kill me on parts. I know these motors are not cheap. And so, all right, everybody, let me get look at that. Okay, let me get you into the tripod. Okay, I gotta loosen this up. This is what holds the, oops, got off there. This holds the alternator. There we go. There it goes down there. I don't have to pull. I'll leave that like that. First gonna leave that right there. I like to put these back in here if possible, but I don't know if that's gonna work. Let's see. Yeah, I like putting the bolts back into it. It just makes it so much easier putting it together. Alright, so whoop. I'm knocking you guys all over the place. Alright. So what we got is, I gotta pull that off. That goes all the way through. This here, this wire here, I don't know what this is. But I gotta get the Allen, and I got that here. Just pull that off and see what that is. Put you back up in the stand here. Here you can see better here. What's going on up in there? Got the Allen here to zip this out. Whoops, that ain't the right one. And this I gotta put back in here. I pulled it out, and I gotta put it back in there. I just like, if I can, put those screws back in there, because it makes it so much easier when you're putting everything back together. If the screw is there, you don't have to think or dig or whatever. I recommend, if you can, do that. Put them back where they come from. Alright, I see what that is. Okay, so what that's telling me is, I'm just going to put it back in here because all that does is protect it. So I got to unhook this somewhere. And here it is. This is the not generator, but the, okay, I gotta get something to cut those. All right, got my knife here. I just should pull my knife out, cut these so I can get that wire off of there. Okay, push this out. Okay, this gotta cut this other one. Here's a big one. Come on. Try not to cut myself. Okay, so that will go with the motor. So I need to pull this up. And that goes with the motor. Okay, let me get this. All right, I got to pull this off. I think it's a 14. Do I have a 14? No, a 15. So I gotta go find a 15 on eBay. All right. I got my 15. Well, gotta get something bigger. Gotta get the big boy here. Okay. There it is. There it is. Okay. Now, let me up here. Let's open this door. Let me pause here. Alrighty, let's get this off here. Now I'm inside. This is what's behind the seat. I gotta get this water jacket off of here. Water, where the water comes in. And pull that out. One way or another. Come on, pop off. And we got this thing. I just dropped the screw. Okay, what I gotta do is take this off here. Find that screw. And I need my screwdriver. Okay. All right. That off of there, and then I can pull it. There we go. And this stays with the motor. Huh. I could have just kept this with the motor. Which, you know what, I don't want to. Let's go ahead and we'll pull this off of here. Just because I know I'm going to be pressed for room. Okay, that can go off of there. Now we have this. Okay, this is coolant lines. This needs to come off here. This is, I think, a breather. And let me turn my light on. Man, that's nice. I can see something. Maybe you can too now. I should have done that a while back. Living in the dark. Okay, pull this cooler off. Oil cooler. Okay, got that off. Now what we need is my pliers so I can pull this off. I think this is the breather. I think. I don't know. Okay, got that off, that off. Pull this out here and put this somewhere out of the way. These, I got a 13 millimeter. I have one here and one down there. 13 millimeter. Those are 10. I take that back. Those are 10. But here's my problem. I need a small 10 with a, so I'm going to have to go get that. Okay, here. Got this one going my way. One motor mount. Now this one got to use a little 10 swivel. Got to break it loose pretty tight. Okay, that's number 2. Okay, so I pulled that off the bottom. Sorry, I meant. And I'm working down here to take the starter off, wire off, which is in the back here. Which, there we go. So number 10, put a long extension. You'll pull right off. Like I've been saying, I like to put the nut back on there. But here's what I got going. I have to try to get these head bolts. I think they're 13 on the exhaust in the back here, so I'll bring it back. All right, there's the header. Get the bolts out. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry, right? Sometimes it might be a little hard to get to. Some of those I'm going to have to use a swivel to get to. Let's see if this will work. I know I might be getting in your way, but man, it's a tight quarters. But you get the gist, right? You got to take this thing off. Make sure you get them on there straight. Come on. Okay. Alright, I gotta figure out a better way to get in there. Alright, everybody. I got it out of there. You see the mess. Sorry I didn't video it, but I was able to fish it out of there. It was fun, but here my problem was I had my crane on this thing and it didn't lift up far enough. So I had to get my buddy and we used this 2x4 and wrapped it around the engine to lift it up and out. Well, here's the carnage. Look at that. See that there? Look at that. That's a mess, isn't it? It just exploded. Here's what happened. Here, I'll show you this. Sadly, this nice head is shot. I don't know if you could put new seats in that or not. I have not a clue. But it's got, these are good. Look at that. What was that? They were just stuck to it. But there's the, destroyed that. And oops. Cams are good. Brand new cams. This is a brand new head. Look like brand new head, or redone. Look at this. Shoot. Look at that. Yeah, if I get some light down there and show you here. This is not good. Look at that. Ugh. Look at that bent. That piston just exploded in there. It's got some, yeah, jacked up there. So this thing just, it's shot, you know. So only thing here, hold on a second. I thought it was just maybe the crank. You know how the C's is on here? Actually, the journals look fine. I mean, the only mess up is this is kind of burred up there. It might knock it out of balance a little bit or something. But if it's not bent, the crank looks actually pretty good. But you can see that the piston just exploded in there and it just destroyed it. So what it comes down to, of course, I'm going to need a whole new engine. There ain't nothing to be saved here. Like I said, I cranked, maybe I'd have to take it to a shop and they'd have to check it out and see if it would be even usable like that. If it would work, if it, you know, might need to be added, weld some weight onto it or whatever. I don't know what they do, if they can be. But that, of course, we got all the other stuff that can be used on it, of course. But parts, they put the old starter back on there of the other one. So that's where I'm at. So now I got to look for a, and notice that we got a bad light there. I got to look for another motor, and I think I might have one in there. So when I do, whatever I find, I got some leads I got to go check on. Of course, I'm going to bring you guys and show the putting it back in. I doubt if it's going to be showing putting one together. Might. I don't know, depends on what I can get, but it seems like it's more expensive. I might have another motor out of a snowmobile. That might work. So all right, everybody. Hey, thanks for watching. This is part 1. This is the removal of the engine. And you can remove the engine without tearing this thing completely apart, as you can see here. So I didn't see nothing on for a video on how to get this motor out of here. But I'm going to have to redo my crane that I have setting up with this. And make it so I think I can have a cable going down and then I'm picking it up. So I'll show you that too if I do that. So I got this works really good, this ash from my fireplace for sucking up this oil. Looks really good, so I'm going to spread that around. All right, I'm going to stop talking. Everybody, thanks for watching, and I hope this helps somebody if they're in the same process and they don't want to tear the thing all apart. You can get that engine out of there without tearing this thing completely apart and down. All right, take care. Thanks. If this is your first time, hey, subscribe, because you never know what kind. We're working on all kinds of different vehicles, and I do home repair in that too. So that's been slow. Mostly this is what I've been working on and fixing different ones. Take care, everybody. What you want, baby, I should start over.